Hello, my beautiful collective, and welcome back to Open Book Tarot. In today's reading, we're going to do something a little different, something that I haven't seen on YouTube before, and I wanted to do something fun with you guys. So, this is a reading for the first 72 hours after their lies catch up to them. That person who lied on you, what's going to happen for them in the first 72 hours after that lie catches up? We have three piles here. The first pile is stop overthinking. You are the only one who cares. Pile number two, you matter, just not that much. And pile number three, act as if what you do truly matters. It doesn't, but you can always pretend that it does if it helps you feel better about your life. Go ahead and figure out what pile, what card you are drawn to, and then check the description box below to go straight to that pile. And don't forget to thumbs up and like this reading if you like the topic, if you like the reading, if you want to confirm the messages in this reading. And subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And become a part of this beautiful, growing community here. All right? Once you pick your pile, I'll see you on the other side for your reading. Hello, pile number one. This is for those of you that chose stop overthinking. You are the only one who cares. This is your reading about the first 72 hours after their lies catch up to them. So this is for whoever lied on you. Let's look at the experience and also how you get some good karma in this. Now, as you can tell, I do have a new setup. My old equipment took a dive. How do you guys like this? I would love to know. I hope you guys do like this topic. I have not seen this topic anywhere, so I thought I would do something fun and do something new with you guys. Let's look into what this person did. This person who lied. I'm feeling like this is some kind of boss, someone with a higher position, or someone that is very, very dominant. Someone who thinks or thought that they had control over you, pile number one. And because they thought that they had control over you, they decided to abuse and misuse that power. You saw that this person was abusing their power, but it wasn't as obvious to everybody else. This person pretended like they were doing whatever they were doing for the greatest good of all, right? To help lead. But they weren't a good leader, because a leader with nobody following them is just somebody taking a walk. This person may have to take a walk, probably because of them being overly emotional, I'm feeling. This is somebody who didn't care about others. They didn't show empathy. And they did something that actually created their own downfall. They pretended like they were empowering you. They pretended like they were doing the right thing. At the same time, that was all of that. This person was actually very destructive. This person sabotaged you, and in turn sabotaged themselves. Even though this person was an authority figure, they were more concerned with how other people saw them, how other people reacted to them, what other people thought about them, and controlling the perceptions of others than they were with actually doing a good job. If you tried to give some suggestions to this person, they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen. And if they did, they took your ideas. This person lied because they wanted to relieve themselves from some kind of stress. There was something about you, probably the way you manifest, the way you have a positive view on life and a positive view on the future, how you get along with others. You got along with others better than this person did, and that made them very envious of you. They wanted to bring healing to themselves, and they figured that the way they would bring healing to themselves is by lying on you, is by creating drama around you, is by controlling how other people saw you. And they wanted you to look like you were some kind of problem. They wanted to make it look like you were causing all this drama, all this chaos, all this conflict in the workplace. Oh, I said in the workplace. Okay, so in the workplace or wherever this is. And like nobody could work with you, or you were impossible to work with. And they did this so they could remove you from your position, or remove you from this group, or remove you from this place. Because they saw you as competition. They saw you as somebody who could threaten their position, their standing. So they wanted to knock you down a peg, I'm hearing a few pegs, and that's in their words. I don't think you were knocked down any pegs, to be quite honest. But they wanted to disempower you through manipulation, so you weren't able to move forward. They wanted to block your progress. They wanted to block your movement forward. I'm feeling like they felt stuck in their lives, and they felt like there was no movement forward for them, and they just saw all the wonderful things going on for you, and that really made them jealous of you. And they also saw that you have more potential. You have better energy. You are beloved. You have more potential. They lied on you because they wanted victory at all costs. For them, the ends justified the means. So they didn't care what they had to do to you in order to get ahead. Actually, in order to get you out the picture so you wouldn't shine, so you wouldn't rise above them and be better than them. Let's go into the first 72 hours after this lie catches up to this person. This emperor energy here. I have 3 lines here. The first 24 hours, the 24 to 48 hours, and then the 48 to 72 hour mark. In the first 24 hours after this emperor energy, this authority figure, this person's lies catch up to them. All of a sudden, everybody is seeing that this person is not who they thought they were. They thought that this was a good, kind, helpful human being. And then they realized that this person can be scheming. This person can be somebody who plots. This can be somebody who lies. They realized that this person isn't the loyal friend or the loyal boss or the loyal employee that everybody thought that they were. The loyal authority figure. They weren't acting in the best interest of their team. They were acting in the best interest of themselves. So they realized that this person isn't the true person behind that nice person persona. They also realized that this is somebody who likes to compete with others for no reason, which to me speaks of people that have a low self-esteem or low sense of self, because why do they have to compete with somebody else when the other person doesn't even know they're in competition, trying to win, trying to prove that they are better than somebody else? You don't have to be better than somebody else to be the best, right? Compete against yourself, not other people. They're seeing that this isn't somebody faithful. This isn't somebody who is loyal, reliable. Well, maybe reliable, but I'm feeling like if this is like a workplace situation, there could be like a high turnover rate, or people coming and going, people changing the way that they interact with this person, and that's all being noticed all of a sudden. And this person, they don't want that power. They don't want that persona to end, so they could be trying to exaggerate or actually minimize, exaggerate you and your involvement in this situation and minimize their involvement in this situation. So they could do something like, well, they were the ones starting problems, or they're just taking things out of proportion, or they're just being dramatic because they don't want their true image to be seen. And they're also afraid of the consequences and what's going to happen once everything comes out. I'm feeling like this person is trying to do some kind of damage control before the real truth comes out. So there could have been some kind of leak that happened. And they want to stop that leak before the pipe just bursts everywhere. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety within the first 24 hours, especially right when this person realizes that their lie caught up to them. This person is also very afraid of money being taken away, their security being taken away, their stability being taken away, their job being taken away, or this project bringing them money. Whatever this is, they are afraid of losing money. People are no longer seeing them as someone who's well beloved. They are turning their back on this person, even though they've known them for a long time. They are shifting perspectives about this person. They could be whispering and talking about this person behind their back. They really are. They definitely are talking about this person behind their back and in a negative way. And that's something that causes them a lot of worry and a lot of anxiety, because their reputation and image is so important to them. After they found out what happened later on in the day, I feel like they went home and they just dropped all their stuff on the floor and just took out something to drink and started chugging just right from the bottle. Like, no shame. They were in that kind of mood. And then they got out a pint or I was going to say a pound, a gallon, whatever it is, that big thing of ice cream. And they just started spooning. They just started eating right out of the tub. That's definitely the kind of energy that they were in that night. They realized that this lie catching up to them is going to cause a really big shift in their relationships, in their connections, because they are burning bridges because of what they did. It seems like what they did is affecting other people. And these other people are starting to see that this emperor energy, this authority figure, was actually manipulating everybody around them. And people really don't like to be manipulated. This person was manipulating them, manipulating you, manipulating everybody around them in order to get some kind of money, it looks like. Or now that their lie has caught up, they could know that they are going to lose out on some type of money here. Everybody's seeing how dark they are. Everybody's seeing that they are low vibrational energy, and that's causing people to be repelled by this person. I'm looking at this now, and it's like, stop overthinking about who you are and what you have to do to get ahead. You are the only one who cares. You're the only one who cares that much. This person was the only one in this competition with you, and you still won. Let's go into the 24 to 48 hour mark. Now, this is when things look up for you. This is when things become positive for you. We have fortune here and unexpected joy. So there is a positive shift for you, while there is a downfall for this person. You could have gotten some new kind of opportunity, began a new job, or invested in something new. If you were having any kind of stress or anxiety, your mental health has gotten better. You're feeling more rested. You're feeling more inspired. You feel uplifted now that this issue is no longer in your life. So you could have left this situation here. This person could have learned about this positive shift for you. I'm also feeling like in that 24 to 48 hour mark, there could be somebody around them who actually had positive things to say about you, or could have backed you up in some way, and they were actually surprised about that. So say this was a situation where you worked closely with this person, and this person was saying all these negative things about you, and then somebody looks at some kind of paperwork, or they just look at the numbers and what you were offering, and they realize, actually, this person really benefit us. This doesn't seem like this is a negative person, or whoever it is that you're trying to paint them out to be. And while this person is still trying to minimize their behavior, they're trying to place the blame on you, place the blame on others, I feel like especially you, everybody's seeing that they're actually very immature. They're very immature. They're not taking any kind of accountability for their actions. And what I just heard is it was very clear what this person was doing, because there was some kind of receipts, there's some kind of evidence, whether it be written, whether it be video recordings, just audio recordings, whatever it is. People were able to see evidence of their behavior, but they were still trying to blame it on you, saying that you were the problem. And it's clear that, wait, there's some kind of pattern here. So other people have complained, other people have moved away suddenly, you've had problems with other people. What is the common denominator? The common denominator is this authority figure here, or trying to be authority figure here. There's information that came out that does show that this person is a liar. This could be somebody coming out and showing some kind of evidence. This can be some kind of investigation, looking into some paperwork or documents or statements. This could also be someone saying, wait a minute, what you said last week is not what you're telling me right now. Why is there a discrepancy? They're getting caught up in their own lies, because they're having to tell another lie to cover up that lie, and tell another lie to cover up that lie. And when you're telling the truth, you don't have to remember the lies that you told. And this person is getting caught in their lies because they are telling so many, and their lies also don't match with the receipts that are available. Those who are loyal to this person before, they're realizing that this person was never loyal to them, so they have no obligation to be loyal to that person. And they're also realizing, some of them I'm hearing are realizing that by being loyal to them, that actually got them in some kind of bind. I'm hearing a legal bind, contractual bind, some kind of reprimand. Somebody's giving this emperor here, somebody, and this can be, of course, a male or a female, we're just talking about emperor energy. Somebody gave them some bad news. They gave them some bad news about their lies coming out. And now this person is going to have to work twice as hard in order to do the same job, because they have taken their own selves off a pedestal. And so while you are rising, they are continuing to decline in their connections, in their community. You are actually healing. Your vibration is ascending, is rising, and you are feeling grounded. You are feeling, I heard, grateful, more connected within yourself. I'm hearing your mind became clear all of a sudden. Your health began to improve. You became more spiritually connected. I'm also hearing you have more time to yourself to take care of your health and well-being. There's an energy here of reaping what is sown. So you were very honest. You did the right thing. You acted with integrity. You are being rewarded for that. Whereas this person, they were doing the opposite, and now they are reaping the karmic consequences. And all this was karmically orchestrated. All of this was divinely created, because this person's ways of sabotaging others, this person's ways of creating conflict, for their entertainment and benefit, that needed to come to an end. So that's what's going on in the first 24 to 48 hours. And finally, going into the 72-hour mark, the chaos continues because there's all kinds of instability going on in this person's life. There's all kinds of instability going on. Everything got shaken up. And it's funny because that's what they wanted for you with this tower card. They created a tower for you, and now they are receiving a tower. I'm feeling like this person started to slip in their everyday duties because they were overthinking a lot, because they were really in their emotions. They didn't expect anything to change, but everything changed, and it happened suddenly, and they don't know how to cope with it. Now that there's all this disruption, this person is very irritated. This person is not grounded within themselves. I'm feeling like they're very agitated, or I'm feeling like they're in fight or flight mode, like all day or like constantly. So because they're so sensitive and prone to snapping, they're getting into disagreements with those around them. They're getting into arguments with those around them. They are getting into disagreements with all the people in their community. People are very angry at this person, just like they wanted others to be angry with you. So they're not sleeping at night. I'm feeling like either they're overeating or they're not able to eat. I heard they also feel seen, but not in a good way. Perhaps they feel like they're under a microscope and everybody is looking at them. They're very nervous. They could be having sciatic pain, I heard. But everybody is doubting this person and whether they should keep this person around them. And so somebody comes towards this person and demands answers. They want to know what happened. They want to know why there are so many complaints about this person. And this person, they can't get out of this questioning. So this can be someone who's in a higher position with them. This can be some kind of investigation. But this is somebody who wants answers. And I'm hearing that they're not going to be forthcoming and outright about their part in all of this. And because of that, whoever this is asking for answers is going to see them in a lower light, because they're going to know that this person has been lying to them. They're not going to be able to get out of this questioning. And they're going to continue to be questioned after this 72 hours. And I'm hearing that this person is being obstinate because nobody can get through to them. There's no compromise. There's no honesty. There's only defensiveness here, and blame and projection. I'm seeing them having arguments with people at a workplace or people that they live with. They're also feeling very fearful about their stability and their security and what's going to happen even with their home, their housing, their everyday life. I'm hearing they have to walk on eggshells. They're not feeling safe. They are worried about the future and how they're going to maintain their lifestyle, what they're going to do. I just heard living by a prayer. They're living by a prayer. But even though they're living by a prayer, they were the ones who created this karmic downfall for themselves. So there are no prayers that are going to save them. When they walk into a room, it gets quiet, or people start whispering, or they're noticing that people aren't as kind, as open to them as they once were. They speak differently to this person, and that's causing all sorts of anxiety, the exact anxiety that they were trying to avoid. Meanwhile, you are still glowing up. You are still elevating. You are taking flight. You are changing. You are healing from this situation. And if you felt like there was any kind of fall in this situation, you got right back up. Whereas this person, they don't have the ability to do that. They are not resilient like you are. So you end up having the last laugh because the tables turn on this person. They got even worse than what they were trying to bring to you. They were trying to betray you, and now they feel betrayed by everyone around them, which is so delusional because they created this. They were the ones who betrayed everybody by lying on you and starting this chain of events. Pile number 1, those are the messages that I have for you. Thumbs up and like this reading. How do you like this reading? This is a totally new topic that I haven't seen, so I like it. I want to know what you guys think. Thumbs up and like this reading. Also, comment what do you think about this karma, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I would love for you to be a part of my growing, amazing collective. If you are drawn to another pile, go ahead and check that out. I will see you in another pile or another reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. This is for those of you that chose you matter, just not that much. This is the first 72 hours after their lies catch up to them. I wanted to bring you guys something new that I haven't seen before, and I hope you guys like this. Thumbs up and like this reading if you want to see more readings like this. Thumbs up and like if it resonates with you, or if you want it to resonate with this person. And subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really enjoying building my new tribe. And to book a reading, to find out more about me, check the description box below. Let's get into this. You matter, just not that much. I'm feeling like this person, I'm hearing I just heard the audacity. The audacity. I'm just feeling like this is somebody who has a big ego. Someone who has a big ego. I'm also hearing somebody who thinks that they are above the law or they can get away with anything. They think that they're the smartest person in the room. And I heard it's a devastating blow when they realize that they're a fool. That's what I just heard. This is someone who would look down on others, I feel, thinking that they're more important. And I just heard they are being harshly humbled. Okay, let's go into the cards. Let's see what they did. And then we'll get into their crash out, what happens for them over the first 72 hours after that lie catches up. Now, I feel like this has to do something with money or stability or status, power, or somebody trying to have power over you. It looks like somebody was talking about you. Somebody was talking about you, and I'm here to try to sway others' opinions. With the judge here, we see that somebody was misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Someone could have tried to use the legal system or some type of legal authority to get one over on you or to take something from you. This could be some kind of legal battle. Oh, I'm noticing the scales here. This could be a legal battle that you were in with somebody. They wanted to compete with you. And I just heard, but there is no competition. There was never a competition. The competition was one-sided. This person wanted you to be unable to defend yourself. So that's why they were saying all these things about you. So they were lying about you to other people. in order to create some kind of legal problem, financial problem, criminal problem, business problem for you. They may have said that you were immature. They may have said that you can't see things right and you can't see things correctly. They could have also said that you were mentally ill or addicted to, and that's why you should be punished. Or that's why they shouldn't be held accountable for something, and that's why they should win this competition that's in their head. This person had no integrity in dealing with you, no moral scruples dealing with you. And whatever they did, like lie, try to avoid consequences, trying to compete with you, these are things that they are used to. These are things that are comfortable for them. They have a long history of behaving this way. Their ego has affected them in that they feel like they always have to compete or win over somebody, which really shows that they don't have a lot of confidence or self-esteem, because I said this in Power 1, if you're the best, you're the best. You shouldn't have to compete with others if you're already on top, because the top can be kind of lonely, but it's peaceful. So this person tried to make you out to be somebody who you aren't. They were likely trying to get some kind of success at your expense. They wanted you to invest in them. They created some kind of plan so they can get money from you. This can be some kind of scam I'm hearing. I'm hearing some kind of like property scam or scam having to do with somebody's home for some of you. It does look like for others of you, they could have been trying to put you in jail or put you in prison or put you behind bars in some way. They wanted to win over you at all costs. They felt like this is Sparta, like this is war. That's what I'm hearing. This is war. And I just heard the war on Droops. The war on Droop. They wanted you to lose to them and for your world to crash is what I'm hearing. For your sense of self to crash. For you to become recluse and for them to be able to gloat and say, yes, I won over this person. I am the best. They weren't expecting for things to turn around. So they really doubled and tripled down on whatever this situation is, because in their mind, they just knew they were going to win. So they said all these things about you to as many people as they can. I heard official documents also. They could have lied in court, lied to people that you know, lied to some officials in order to beat you, in order for people to doubt your true identity, your true self. They wanted people to think that you were the person who they were making you out to be. They tried to make you weak. They tried to make you go away. They thought that you would just go away and leave them alone because of you being afraid of whatever they said about you coming out as if it were true, right? Because if it were true, then maybe you would have, backed up. But whatever they were saying was a lie. So I'm feeling like you were able to prove this lie. They thought that you wouldn't be able to recognize what they were doing. So they really tried to do things behind the scenes, because if you're intuitive, they thought that they could create these lies about you without you noticing. They thought that they could keep you quiet and that they could rush in, make some kind of impulsive decision, get whatever they wanted from you, and then leave. But that is definitely not what's happening here. So in the first 24 hours, let's go into what happens, this crash out, this burnout, once their lies catch up to them. In the first 24 hours, people are starting to see how immature they are. They're starting to see that while this person puts on this confident persona and this strong persona, they're actually very childish. They're actually very immature. They make very poor decisions. They put out plans without really thinking about them. They're very impulsive in their actions. And so the people around them who were supporting them, the people around them on their side, began to look at them differently. They began to see them differently, and then they started to waver. I'm feeling like they started to waver in their support of this person, because I can see here that during the 24 to 48 hour mark, there's a real crash when it comes to a person here. But there are people around that were supporting this person, and they realize, like, wait a minute, I can't back up this foolish plan. I can't back up this immature idea, these childish behaviors. And so they pull back and they think about this person, what they're doing, what they've said, what they've done. And whatever this person was saying to others, that narrative starts to crumble. They're not able to keep that narrative going anymore. So everybody around them is seeing it, because it's likely that the truth about who you are, or the truth about what they're doing, both came out when their lie caught up to them. They're really in their head feeling stuck, even though they're not stuck, but they feel stuck in their mind. And within the first 24 hours, somebody, this could be a judge, this can be a lawyer, this can be a boss, this can be whoever this is that has power over this person. That person demanded answers. They wanted to know what is going on. And they were able to see past this story that this person had been holding on to for a long time. They were no longer blinded by their lie, blinded by their slander, and they wanted answers. And by the end of that 24 hours, it was very clear that they were lying. It was very clear who was telling the truth and who was lying. A missing piece of the puzzle came out. So you did reveal something, or somebody revealed something, a missing piece of information that was able to expose what this person was saying about you as false. And that was able to bring a solution to this problem that had been going on. I'm hearing for years for some of you, or going on for a long time. 4 to 9 years. The truth came out and allowed things to move forward in a positive direction, where things were stuck because this person wanted to keep them stuck. That stuckness released. And now things started moving forward towards the end of that 24 hours. And whatever they were trying to get, whatever they wanted, they realized that it's likely that they're not getting it. Even though I feel like they really continued to try, it became obvious that they weren't in control of the narrative like they thought that they were. And whatever they lied about and whatever they did really caught up to them, because we have some unforgiven sins now. I just heard third party, but of course that's not for all of you. So this person, they thought that they were so great and that they were so important that everybody would believe their lies over your truth, because they're used to doing that. They're used to lying to get their own way. They're used to manipulating to get their own way. They're used to, I'm hearing, like criminal behaviors, breaking the law. They're used to being able to get their way. During the 24 to 48 hour mark, there's somebody here who's significant. This is a female energy, but this can be anybody around them. This is kind of like a female lover energy, but this can be anybody around that person. And that person really started to see them for who they are. they really tried to support this person who lied. And I feel like it could be because maybe this person was going to benefit off of them getting money, or off of their stability, off of their security, off of their finances. A woman really tried to support this King of Pentacles. She backed him up. She could have believed him for a long time. But then she also started to separate herself from that person and look at them in a different way. Kind of, I'm hearing review the facts, look at the receipts. And I'm hearing that's the moment when she realized that their relationship has died. That's the moment where feelings and emotions change for this person. This person likely felt physically ill when this upheaval happened. There was stability going on. Things were just stable, trucking along in this person's life with them and this other person. And when their lies caught up to them, everything changed. There was a tower moment, and the foundation of their lives, or the foundation of their family, I'm hearing, or the foundation of this relationship crumbled. Everything just changed in the matter of 48 hours. And this person here, who had been going along with what this liar was saying, realized during that time that you were never the enemy. You were never the one in the wrong. You were not the one who lied. You were not the person who they tried to make you out to be. And this person, their mask fell. Their plan, their plot got found out. And they can no longer hide behind their mask anymore. I heard they can no longer hide behind the good guy, good girl, helpful persona. And at the end of that 48-hour period, what was really stressing them out was their money, was their finances. Realizing that they may have to pay, or they will likely have to pay. They can't get out of that because now everybody sees what it is that they have been doing, and their plan has failed. They may have been thinking about how to put money in offshore accounts or in other accounts to keep it. They may have been stressing out that their job or their career will be affected, or their assets will be affected. I heard liens, property liens. And they realized that no one was going to back them up. No one was going to back them up. They were in this by themselves because they're not loyal. Those who are loyal to them turn their back so this person can be fully accountable for the lies that they told and what happened as a result. They became very emotionally overwhelmed. And this beloved here, this female here, she decided that she wants to pour into her own cup of love. So she backed up away from this person so she can put herself first, causing this person to feel neglected and rejected. But she also realized that this person has been influencing her, manipulating her, and pulling her strings for selfish purposes. This person really realized how selfish this liar is, how self-serving this liar is, that this liar is a con, is a swindler, doesn't care about anybody but themselves. So she got a higher perspective about this person and her mindset changed. Now, over the final period, 48 to 72 hours, it became clear that this person was going to lose big time. They thought that they were going to win. They thought that they were going to cause some kind of downfall or failure for you and that they would win, they would triumph. But they were being arrogant and underestimating you and overestimating themselves. And they realized that they are going to be losing. And they started losing things already. They started losing hope. They started losing relationships. They started losing respect. They started losing their reputation. They started losing their image. And they knew that they were going to keep losing. So that caused them a lot of stress. That caused them a lot of anxiety. I'm hearing coughing. Maybe they were smoking a lot. They were found to be a thief. Somebody trying to take something that isn't theirs. And again, they got caught. And because their lie caught up to them, they could lose everything that means something to them. Everything that they were looking forward to, that they were trying to get, and what they already had. So that's causing them sleepless nights. It's causing them stress, worry. There could be tears. I'm seeing tears. I'm seeing somebody not properly caring for their hygiene. But they're getting nothing because they tried to take what was yours, and they had no right to do that. Everybody's seeing their true colors, who they really are. This person is coming across as narcissistic, with narcissistic tendencies, somebody who's a bully, somebody who's arrogant. And that is not a good look for this person. So because of those ridiculous actions of theirs, they're getting, within that 48 to 72 hour period, some kind of really bad news. Some kind of really bad news that's going to change everything. Some lies that they told on paper could catch up to them. They could get some kind of official document holding them responsible. Or there could be some kind of document that shows that they lied. Something could have came out. It could have been text messages, something official. They could have received some kind of, what is that? When you get served. So they could have been served with something. There's some kind of paperwork or message that they got, or that was put forth, say, to the court or to some officials, that really changed things for them. And I'm also saying there could be somebody, there was somebody. So this was a lawyer. This was an official, just like we have here in the first 24 hours. They wanted to know, what is with this discrepancy? What is the truth? Why does this say this and this say this? What is the true story? And when they spoke up, when they spoke out, their arrogant self thought that they can get one over on whoever it is that they were speaking to. Like they passed the bar or something. But the more that they talked, the more it was clear that they were a liar. The more that they said, and I'm hearing diarrhea of the mouth. So they just kept talking and talking and talking, thinking that what they said was going to benefit them, but they didn't even realize that whatever they were saying was poking more holes in their story and showing discrepancies. Like, wait a minute, you said you were here, how can you be there? You said she was this, but she has the evidence that shows this. She, he, take it as it resonates. And as this person's reputation started to crumble, people started seeing you as truthful. People started seeing you as honest, as reliable, as the one who was in the right, or the one who was wrong by this person, or all of the above. They recognized that this person is very low vibrational, and that this person was hiding the truth, hiding some kind of information, hiding some kind of evidence, trying to keep people from seeing the truth so they could control the narrative. But now the people around them and the officials, whoever is involved with this situation, see them as toxic. They are watching what this person is saying, watching what this person is doing. They're looking at this person. I'm hearing combing through details with a fine-tooth comb. It became very evident that this person was trying to fight against you, and that's why they were saying what they were saying, that they saw you as a rival, that they were trying to fight with you, and that what they said had no truth to it. It was just to harm you, to get one over on you. And I'm feeling like this person, this beloved, this person supporting them got hurt too. Actually, I'm feeling like everybody got hurt in this situation because of this person putting them over everybody in this situations with their bad intentions. And even if you were hurt temporarily, your reputation is being rebuilt. And people are seeing you for who you really are. They're going to feel so angry with themselves for putting themselves in this position by lying on you. So they're going to be thinking about you all the time. You literally have a 3-bedroom penthouse suite with a rooftop pool in this person's subconscious, in their mind, because they will always remember you as their financial downfall. They will always remember you as the one who brought them down and humbled them. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you. The first 72 hours after this person's lies catch up to them. Thumbs up and like this reading. By the way, how do you like this new setup? My original equipment, it took a dive, so I decided to get an overhead. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Again, thumbs up and like. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love for you to join this amazing, beautiful community that I am building here with you all, that we are building here. To find out more about me, check the description box below. Also, if you were drawn to another pile, check that pile out. And if not, I'll see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, my pile number 3. This is for those of you that chose act as if what you do truly matters. It doesn't, but you can always pretend that it does if it helps you feel better about your life. Yeah, I can see how this goes in with this reading. This is your reading for what happens the first 72 hours after their lies catch up to them. That person who lied on you, that person who slandered you, I'm hearing slander, gossiped about you, I'm hearing that too. Official matters, I'm hearing that too. Let's see what's coming up for this person. First, we're going to get into what the lie is or was, and then what is going to unfold for them. And as you guys can tell, I have a new setup here. My old equipment took a dive, so I did get some different equipment. Please let me know how you like this overhead angle. If you like it, if you like the other one better, I would like to know. Also, how do you guys like this topic? I wanted to bring you guys something new that hasn't been on YouTube, or I haven't seen it, just like I did with the future partner reading in 2016. I like bringing new things to the collective. So let's get into what this person did. Now, this pile is very different from the other piles. Very, very different. The other piles focused on, yes, what happened with this person, but also what went on with you. This is just talking about what happened to this person. And I can definitely see why, because it looks like what this person did was really messed up. This is the worst out of all the piles, what this person did. So before I started this reading, I was getting channeled messages, and I got a song, Hey Girl, by Billy Currigan, I think his name is. And what I got from this message is, for a lot of you, this person who lied on you was very attracted to you and could have even tried to pursue you. I'm also getting that this person, when they made up these lies about you, they couldn't keep their lies straight. They were just speaking so many things that they had to try to keep covering up lies. They were tripping over their words. This person is not a good liar. That's what I'm hearing. They are a terrible, terrible liar. I also got the message that you could be a Sigma, all right? Especially for you women, Sigma female, men too, but I got Sigma. I also got mousetrap. Someone could have tried to trap you because they thought that you were weaker than them. I'm feeling like this person thought that they were better, or what I'm hearing is discrimination based on gender, based on the color of your skin, based on your lifestyle. I'm hearing that this person misjudged you, and I'm hearing misrepresented you. That being said, let's go ahead and go into what this person did. This person, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. But really, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. What they said about you, well, so what this person said about you is they claimed that you were bitter, you were angry, you were childish. They also said that you have some kind of mental situation, mental condition. For example, addictions. They said that you were an addict, addicted to substances. They said that you were dishonest. And this could be because of your quote unquote addiction. I'm feeling like they tried to get in between you and how other people saw you. They were also saying that you weren't honest, that you weren't truthful, that you had ulterior motives behind your actions. And I'm feeling like I'm hearing there was a fallout, disagreement between you and this person. And they're saying that you are bitter, you are angry, and you are doing whatever you are. And this does look like it has to do with something official, just because I do have the officer and the soldier, but we'll get into that. They claim you have ulterior motives, that you are not who you say you are, that you shapeshift, that you can pretend to be nice and kind and honest and loving, but the true you is some kind of trumpet, some kind of scallywag. Because this person is saying that you exploit your body, or especially if you're a woman, your feminine form, your female nature, to get what you want. So basically they're saying you are an addict trumpet. They could also be saying that you are addicted to physical pleasures. I hear hedonistic. They're saying that you are a fake spiritualist and that you are using your spirituality to cover up who you really are and to fool others as to who you really are. And they're saying that your spirituality isn't real. It isn't true. It isn't valid. I heard that this person could be an atheist. So they are criticizing the fact that you have a strong connection with God, spirit, the universe, your higher power, your guides, the angels I'm hearing. I do feel like you are very protected from this person, because I did hear Archangel Michael. They're saying that you're an arrogant person and you don't like to be questioned. You don't like to be challenged. You don't like to lose. They're saying that you are controlling a situation. You are demanding. I'm hearing needy. And I'm hearing broken, damaged. And they also feel like you are a sucker, I'm hearing. so that you're easy to manipulate. That's what they thought. And that's the narrative they try to push. They're also saying that you wanted them, when in reality it was them who wanted you. They're saying that you wanted to be with them, whoever this person is, and they claim that you're upset because they didn't want to be with you, something like that. Or you wanted something from them, and before you were able to receive it, there was a fallout for some of you. They were trying to control the narrative of how people saw you in order for them to disapprove, in order for them to shun you. I just heard that this happened in a past life for you as well with this person. But in this lifetime, things are meant to go in your favor. I heard that really clear. I heard that really clear. They wanted to take away your confidence. They wanted you to doubt yourself. So you gave up on something. They wanted to create confusion. They wanted you to be afraid. So you would go away. I'm hearing so you wouldn't hold them accountable. This person could have also been saying that you have a lot of people coming in and out of your house, especially those of the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you like. I'm hearing that they were saying that you are irresponsible with money. They were also saying that you were in love with them. And then with these two cards here, I can definitely see how they're saying that you were drinking a lot. They're saying that you're drinking a lot. This person was also saying that you were engaged in all these toxic behaviors, that you're a toxic person, that you are codependent, and you were just trying to, I'm hearing, hold them accountable, or however this unfolded for you, you were trying to get something from them because you couldn't do that on your own. So if this was money, they were saying that you were trying to get money from them because you couldn't make money on your own, and you were just trying to take from them because you have to survive off somebody else. They could have been saying that you were actually some kind of dark practitioner, or if you're spiritual, they could have been saying that you perform the dark arts. There's a lot of energy here about this addiction claim. I also see that they could have said that you were spending all of your money on substances, and that's why you don't have any money. They're saying that you were only going after them to get something from them, to get money from them, because you don't have it yourself. And this is regardless of if you do or if you don't. We are all in different places, but that's what this person is saying. They're exaggerating what is going on. And you showing up here as the Queen of Wands. You're showing up here as somebody influential, as somebody who's attractive, as somebody who's vibrant, a fun personality, someone fun to be around. But they were trying to say that this was a facade for you being some kind of troller. I'm hearing that they also could have said that you were involved in SMEX work, right? The oldest profession. And that's how you made your money. This person really thought that they were going to be able to sway people's opinions about you, as if your character didn't speak for itself, as if your morals and values don't come forth through your actions. And I'm feeling like you and this person are two totally different types of energies. This is somebody who is egotistical. This is somebody selfish who only thinks about themselves. This person doesn't care about betraying others. I also heard that this person is very money motivated. Like money is more important than anything else to them. It's more important than love, family, joy, and I'm also hearing that winning and protecting their ego is also one of the most important things to them. All right, so now let's get into the 72 hours after their lies catch up with them. I have 24 hours here, the first 24, and then I have 24 to 48 hours, and then 48 to 72 hours. Let's get into this. In the first 24 hours, this person felt like they got caught. They felt like they were exposed. They got found out. And they were seen as the one who was in the wrong, the one who was lying. Some of you exposed this person. For some of you, it was another person. But I feel like for a lot of you, you exposed this person. And you exposed them as being fake, as being a con, as being a schemer. But they really thought that they were going to be able to win with that. And when they realized that they got caught and that their lie caught up to them, they were in their head. I'm seeing them at home at night, like taking a shower and just trying to wash the shame off of them and crying. They were in their head. They were thinking about, how can I go back and turn this around? How can I double down on this lie? What can I do to be seen as the one in the right? They started plotting, planning, scheming. They could have also been reaching out to others to get help. This person really started freaking out when the lie caught up to them. There's a lot of fear surrounding this person, a lot of ruminating over their choices and what they did. And whatever they were trying to make happen, whatever their plan was, it crumbled. It crumbled right in front of them. They thought that their plan was solid. They thought there was no way anyone was going to question them or really see who you are. The plan that they thought was going to save them failed in an instant. As soon as they got exposed, people started looking at them in a different way. They really saw this person for who they were because of some kind of letter, because of some kind of news, some kind of document. People were really looking at these receipts, looking at these messages, looking at these statements I'm hearing, seeing that they are a liar, seeing their true character. They wanted to keep the focus on you, and that turned around, I keep hearing, in an instant. Their plan came to a halt, and that really burned their ego. They didn't think that they were going to be exposed. They didn't think that you were going to stand up for yourself. They didn't think that you were going to catch them. I just heard that you are intuitive, and your intuition was able to clock their lying about you, what they were doing, their plans. And when that happened, they had a big fall, a great fall. I'm hearing a fall from grace, which was really embarrassing for them because they've been hiding behind a facade for so long. Their mask slipped, and their good girl, good guy image ended. And there's no getting that back. From 24 to 48 hours, this person realized that they messed up. They realized that they got caught and that their lies caught up to them. And so they tried to retreat. They were sulking. They were sad. There's that crying in the shower. I'm feeling like there's a lot of that, or crying when nobody is around, but trying to put up a facade that everything is okay. They became very disappointed that what they wanted didn't work out. Also very disappointed in themselves and their past actions. They started operating out of a very negative energy. I'm seeing them like at a kitchen table and their brow is furrowed and they're just angry, like eating their Cheerios. Like, this is the angriest Cheerio eating that I've ever experienced, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. They became very worried about what's going to happen in the near future because somebody started holding them accountable. There's some official, there's some authority figure that is holding them accountable. They don't want to be held accountable. That causes a lot of fear in them, especially because they know that they lied. I heard somebody's demanding facts, or somebody is looking over the facts, reviewing the facts, and they are going to hold this person accountable, and they're not going to listen to this person's lies or this person's emotional manipulation. And then all the pressure, all eyes turned onto them, and they were no longer able to protect themselves. While you are protected, and I'm noticing this sword here like Archangel Michael, this person was not able to protect themselves. And I'm noticing that these 6 cards, actually all of these cards except for the viewpoint card, they're all in reverse. That's some really difficult energy here. And I'm getting chills too. People started seeing what was really going on. And once they saw the truth, people decided to protect themselves by moving away from this liar, which put this person in ultimate despair. This 48-hour mark, at the end of that 48 hours, is when everything really, really crumbled for this person. And there's also a letter here. So that letter, those receipts, that document, whatever these words are, came back to haunt this person in the worst way. They feel like everything in their lives is falling apart. They feel like they messed up. They're ashamed. They are embarrassed. This is like an all is lost moment I'm hearing. They're angry. They feel desperate. Desperate to cling on to the story that they were telling. Desperate to cling on to what they have. So this person continued to tell the same story even after they got caught. They continued to manipulate. They played the victim to get sympathy. They kept talking about you. They were trying to gaslight people around them, especially family. I'm also seeing a female energy coming up very strongly. They were telling stories about you. They were trying to put other people up against you. And they really thought that they could do that. When the solar plexus chakra is overactive, it leads to arrogance. It leads to grandiose thinking, overconfident, trying to force their will. Also trying to manipulate in order to overcome feelings of fear and low self-esteem. So they were playing games with everybody. There's so many lies that happened during this time because they know that they got caught, and they were trying to backpedal by telling more lies and then telling more lies to cover up that lie. But because of that, they just looked confused, tongue-tied. They tried to intimidate you. They tried to intimidate others around them in order to manipulate them into agreeing with their false narrative. I do see narcissistic energy with this person, narcissistic behaviors with this person, a lack of empathy, and a lack of care for those that cared about this person the most, trying to play mind games with them. I'm hearing that this is when this person became the most ashamed and embarrassed because they felt exposed. They felt seen for the lying schemer, deceiver that they are. So this is when the real tower happened. Now going into the 48 to 72 hour mark, this also looks like really difficult energy. This person, they really got their karma for lying on you. Good job. You are definitely protected. And if you want to see more of the good that's coming to you, check out either pile 1 or 2, whichever one that you are drawn to, if you want. And thumbs up and like this reading if you like this subject, if you're enjoying this reading, if it resonates, if you want to claim this karma for this person. So from the 48 to 72 hour mark, there's a relationship here that's really in focus. I find it interesting that this person was saying that you were in love with them, or I'm hearing obsessed with them, or you wanted them, and they also have somebody else here that they're with. So I'm feeling like they got caught here. They got caught engaging with you. This was seen through these documents, and there was no denying this person's actions towards you, their intentions towards you. I also feel like they told this person that they were going to get some kind of reward from this, and not to leave them so they could get this reward that was going to come from you. But all of this was in this person's head, especially because of this grandiose thinking. They really hope that they can keep this person and that they weren't going to believe these results, or that they were going to believe the liar over the truth. So this person had receipts right in front of them, and the liar was like, you can't believe everything that you see. No, that's not true. This is actually what it was. But this person was like, I see things very clearly. Oh, excuse me, my Tamagotchi was making noise. And because this person was seen for who they really are, they started fighting a lot with this person. And I do feel like it is a female, but it can be a male. They started fighting. They were arguing. They got caught. And so this person was rightfully upset, was rightfully mad. They were disappointed in their impulsiveness and their ability to make good decisions, and the fact that they made decisions that negatively affected everyone around them. So this lie destroyed their relationship with this person. She pulled back her warmth. She wasn't giving to this person anymore. She became angry. She became resentful towards this liar. She also could have left with the kids, or left with some really valuable things that they had together. She felt like there was no winning with this person. There was no benefit of being with this person. And really, being with this person, being around this person, associated with them, was only going to cause loss. She could have left this person. So she did get this message. She did get this sad news, this message of concern. This could have been something that came in the mail. This could have been something on a cell phone, or even a DM. And once she saw these receipts and what this person was saying and doing, she decided to act on it. And you know what? For her, it's about time that she did that. Because obviously the way this person's character is, they've definitely done this person wrong in the past. So it was only a matter of time that she moved away from this person. I'm hearing that this person just sits in the house and there's like a clock. What is it? An analog clock, and it's just ticking, 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 and it's quiet. There's nothing going on around this person. I also feel like they're still trying to blame everything on somebody else because it makes them feel better about their lives. So this person's life definitely fell apart. Their emotional well-being crumbled. Their relationships crumbled. Their finances are being drained. And they're also engaging in drinking, substance use, because of them wanting to avoid all the chaos in their mind. It was only a matter of time before this person's lies were going to catch up to them. This is something that they've been doing a long time. So God's Spirit Universe stepped in to snatch this person off their self-appointed pedestal. And because of you, now they can no longer hurt, manipulate, or gaslight. And that was their only tool to survive. So now that they can't do that, they feel naked, they feel exposed, they feel powerless. And that is what is going on in the first 72 hours after this person's lies catch up to them. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thumbs up and like this reading if it resonates. Thumbs up and like this reading if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Subscribe to my channel to join this amazing tribe that we are building together. All right, pile number 3. If you're drawn to another pile, go ahead and check that out. If not, I'll see you in another reading. Love you so much. Bye.